Hello, my college algebra students, and welcome to Math 1650. I'm Paul Zachlin, your instructor, and I'm looking forward to working with you this semester. On this beautiful, sunshiny day, let's get started. I want to take you to Lakeland, and so we're going to take a look not just at Lakeland, but at your website. So if you go to the quick links and you click on BB for Blackboard, you can log in. I'm sure you've been able to do that with your username and password. And once you get there, and if you click on Math 1650, it should take you to this webpage where you'll see, well, these blue buttons on the left-hand side. Right now I'm clicking on Announcements, and if I post any announcements, this is where they will appear, and they'll also be emailed to your Lakeland email account. But the button you probably click on the most often is this one, Course Info and Text. And I just want to give you an idea of what's here. The course schedule is maybe one file that you click on most often. If I click on it, it'll give me a PDF telling me what homework is due when and which sections I should be looking at. So for example, you'll notice that I have a short homework assignment entitled What Algebra Do I Recall? Due Monday, the first day. And I have 3 homework assignments due Wednesday the 11th. So some of you may begin working on those now. They correspond to sections 1.1, 1.2, and 1.3 of our textbook. And if you go through the schedule, you'll see that this is an 8-week course, and about every 2 weeks we have an exam. Exam 1, Exam 2 are both on Wednesdays. The college is closed on July 4th. And then Exam 3 is on a Monday. And Exam 4 will be on a Wednesday on chapters 6, 7, and 8. And you'll notice the course actually concludes on August 2nd. Chapter 9 you will only be assessed via your homework. But there will be 4 exams, homework, and one other component of your grade, which I call exam follow-ups. And all of this information is explained in the course description, my syllabus here, which is the 3rd link. And so you can take a look at this document, and a lot of the information that I need you to understand right up front is here. You'll notice the textbook, College Algebra by Carl Stitz and Jeff Zager. Carl Stitz is a colleague of mine here at Lakeland, and he went on sabbatical about 6 years ago now and wrote a college algebra book and did not charge people for it. He decided to give it out for free, other than the printing costs. So if you want a print copy, you can get one for $26 in our bookstore, or you can get a free copy, an e-copy. And the way to do that is to go here where it says College Algebra Textbook, and I'm going to click on the link. And I get a nice PDF, 716-page book, absolutely free. And it's very well written. It's very thorough. It may be written at a higher level than other math books you've encountered, and that's because it's a college algebra text. But you can click right to any place you want and get started. So here's section 1.1, and there's plenty of information here. A lot of times these gray boxes kind of tell you what you need to know. For example, interval notation is talked about here, and that's actually something I talk about in the very first assignment. There are examples talking about graphing. And what this is doing is setting us up for what we're going to be studying in college algebra. We're going to be studying graphing, and we're going to be studying functions. And those are 2 very important ideas. But we want to get familiar with graphing before we do get into functions. And then here's something called the distance formula, which is a nice thing to talk about too. But you'll notice here on page 14, we're getting into the exercises. So exercise 1 asks me to fill in a chart. We can write a set of real numbers using set notation, using interval notation, or we can graph it as we did here. This is a part of a number line. And so it's going to ask me to do some of these things. And one nice feature of the textbook is that right after you have your homework problems, it gives you answers. And so if you had difficulty filling in that chart, well, the nice thing is the answers are right here. And so you can, check a couple of the answers, and then maybe that'll help you complete the rest of the chart. So I think it's a good book for this course, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it if you put a lot into it. That's what I would say about it. So I just want to show you around Blackboard a little bit more. The best way to contact me is email, and I'd be happy to respond within 24 hours or 48 hours on the weekend. I will get back to you. And sometimes it's sooner than that. Kind of depends on how many emails I get and when I get them. So let's see, we've gone over announcements. I should go over assignments. You're going to have homework, and you saw on the course schedule sometimes you'll have up to 3 assignments in one day. And the reason for that is that we're going twice as fast as we do during a typical semester of 16 weeks, because this is an 8-week course. And so a typical homework assignment might look something like this: homework 1.1. And what I'll do is I'll list the page number and I'll list the problems. And I like to use this code here, mod 3. I asked you to do 3 to 39 mod 3. That's a number theory terminology. But what I'm trying to tell you is I don't want you to do all 39 problems. That's too many. I want you to do some of them. And so which problem will you do first? Well, 3, and then 6, and then 9, etc. And so the idea is you're going to do a sample of the problems. And that should be enough practice that you'll understand the ideas in homework 1.1. And all the homework's to be done on your own paper. When you take exams, they're going to be written exams. They're going to be proctored, either in our testing center or some other testing center. Some of you have been emailing me to make arrangements about that, and that can be done. That's one of the reasons we offer an online course, is to offer flexibility. But since the exams are going to be written, the homework should also be written so that you're practicing for the exams. And I'd like to monitor your homework. I'd like you to submit it to me. And the way you do that is you click on the name of the assignment. And when you do, you get a screen like this. It tells you how many points possible. The assignments are worth 2 points each, even though I know it says 0. But you do get 2 points for the assignment. And what happens here, it says under number 2, assignment submission. Now what you're going to do is you're going to attach a file. And so if you click Browse My Computer, it'll show you some of the different files that are available. And if you go to the right location, which may be pictures, I don't know, you can attach, well, I can attach all kinds of pictures, but what you're going to do is attach images of your homework. And I think of 2 easy ways to do it. One is to use a scanner. If you have a scanner available, you can create a PDF file. But another way is you can just use a camera, and you can take pictures of your homework, and that works fine as well. So you just click Submit when you're done. There's one on the top or the bottom. And then I will have your homework, and then I can grade it and get back to you. And if you want to see your grades, this button here, My Grades, can take you to your grades in the class. I'm not going to do that now. Only a couple of things to go over. We did assignments. YouTube videos, 2014. I'm in the process of taking old videos that I've taken when I've taught this course before in the classroom and putting them on YouTube. And so far I've put the Chapter 1 videos online. And so if you click on Chapter 1 videos, you'll notice that there are a number of problems worked out. A lot of these were done in class. Some of them are homework problems. And I'd recommend that you take advantage of this. There's a lot of problems worked out for you, and I hope that you'll find that these help you to understand the material. When it comes to preparing for the exam questions are a lot like your homework questions, But another thing I would recommend are what are called the checkpoint quizzes. And if I click on the checkpoint quizzes button, you'll notice there's a folder. And here I have, well, they're assorted by chapter. And so if I click on a chapter, there are checkpoint quizzes for each of the sections of the book. And so if you have a particular section that you need extra work on, this is a great way to review that section for the test. And I think you probably noticed, if I just go back here, the solutions to checkpoint quizzes are all worked out on YouTube. Dr. Stitz, the author of the book, published the solutions to the checkpoint quizzes on YouTube. And so you can click that link if you want to see those. What else do we have? Course documents. So I'm going to be publishing things here. You'll notice we have errata. There's a few errors of the book if you bought a used book. We made corrections based on these errors recently. So if you have the ebook, there's no problem. But if any of you have a used print book, you might want to print out this list of errors, which were part of the first printed edition there. And the other thing here, this is a very nice developmental algebra review packet that you can take a look at. And actually, this will be helpful for your first homework assignment. I should go back to assignments. You know, I clicked on homework for section 1.1. But the first thing I'd like you to do, and try to do this for Monday, is to submit your work on this assignment, homework 0. What algebra do I recall? And you'll notice I attached 2 files to it, the developmental algebra review packet I mentioned. But here's the assignment. What algebra do I recall? And I have 10 problems for you, 10 equations or inequalities to solve. And I'm just wondering if you can do these. The answers are below, and I'd like you to work these out on, again, on paper, and just attach the images to your homework, or to the submit your images as you did, as I mentioned the other time. And if you're having any difficulty, each of those 10 problems is worked out in the developmental algebra review packet, so you can click on there, and these are step-by-step examples already worked out for you. So that should help you. And if you want to do any extra practice problems, you can also submit those. If you ever have questions on your homework, please feel free to write me a little note in the margin. Say, hey, I'm stuck on this one, and maybe I can give you a hint. Or feel free to email. That's another opportunity. And I should also mention that we have free tutoring for those of you that are near Lakeland. Monday through Thursday in room A1044 we have free tutoring, which is a nice service of the college. So that's course documents. Fall 2013 videos. These you need to be able to play what's called a WMV file to view them. But these are the videos that I'm converting into MP4 files that I can put on YouTube for you. Discussion forums we may use, I'm not sure yet. I think really that's about all I want to do with this intro video. I don't want to make it too long. And you have some work to get going on, so I'm going to let you get started. But it's a pleasure to meet you, and I look forward to working with you, and hope we have a great summer. Thanks. And maybe before signing off, I have one last thing to talk about. Just going back to the syllabus, I want to take a look at that again. I just want to discuss exams in depth here. So if we click on course info and text, and if we click on the course description, you'll notice there are 4 exams. Again, they have to be taken somewhere proctored. I ask that you take them by 11 a.m. on the day indicated on the course schedule. So if I look at the course schedule for a moment, course schedule, take the first exam. It's to be taken by Wednesday, June 18th at 11 a.m. One of my reasons for choosing Wednesday is that Monday and Tuesday are when we have lots of hours that the testing center is open, and so I want to take a look at that. If I go back to the syllabus, here are our testing center hours. You'll notice Monday and Tuesday they're open 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. and so that's hopefully something that will work for most of you. Wednesday and Thursday we do have hours, but it's only from 8 to 4:30. Friday only open from 8 till noon. And Saturday we are open from 10 till 2, so for those of you that need to come in on the weekend, there is a chance to do it then also. You may take the test early, but I ask that you have it again done by that Wednesday at 11. Please email me if there's some if you get ill or if there's some circumstance that needs to be taken into account. And of course I'm going to try and work with you. So I think other than that, the syllabus should be pretty self-explanatory, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. These exam follow-ups, you'll be receiving an extra assignment worth 10 points after exam 1 is graded. And I'll explain that more when I actually assign it. Okay. Thank you.